Hi, we've got a backdrop today.
You.
My fiance's home, so now I have my backdrop back.
We're bringing backdrops back. You.
So, if you saw the title of this video, yep, that's right, I pledged a sorority. And when I pictured in my head me filming this video, I sincerely thought I was going to come on here serving these like bougie sorority girl vibes, which I still could. I still got it. But the reality of that is I just ate a sub. I just got out of work since 9:30 in the morning, and a bitch is tired. So we're just going to be serving it like this, which honestly, if I'm going to be talking about pledging, this is how I looked the majority of the time that I was doing that, because you have no time for anything else. We'll get into that. I'm going to do my very best on my very first story time, and also my first time kind of like talking about myself and my life and my experiences, which I have a lot of. So if you guys do like this video, let me know. We can do a little bit more of these. Maybe that backdrop will mean story time. Yeah, let's talk about what it was like pledging a sorority. I gotta take it way, way back, okay? Back to high school. So you can kind of gist of like who I was, what I was doing, and you know, where I came from, I guess, how I was in high school. So in high school, I was the quiet girl. I didn't really put myself out there much. I wasn't the type of girl that was like drinking on prom night. In fact, I actually was the president of Students Against Drunk Driving, which I actually am very proud of. And I hosted a sober post-prom party junior and senior year. So that's what I was doing. And my mom helped me out a lot with that. And it was the biggest turnout we had. It was the biggest turnout they had. But I was that type of girl that got excited about things like that. And quite honestly, I still think of myself that way. I just took a little bit of a veer swerving. But anyways, yeah, I took college classes. I was a straight A student. I had a core group of friends. We were all tight as hell. We would have sleepovers, play board games, three-way call. Yeah, three-way calling. Anyone know about that?
Hold on, other line. I'm not taking this anymore. Good for you, Gretch. Hello?
Drop a comment below if you know what three-way calling is. Then I'll get a better idea of my demographic. Not to flex on you guys, but that shit was wild. So, that's kind of who I was. I stuck to that core group, and that was that. When I decided I was going to go to college, and I'm not going to say where, and I'm not going to say the sorority that I pledged, because we don't need to go in deep like that. Okay. Give a girl some privacy. When I went away to college, I lived with my best friend from high school in the dorms my first semester, and it went great. We obviously knew we got along. She pretty much lived with me, or I lived with her for like most of the 4 years that we were in high school. And yeah, so it went great. The problem was I wasn't really spreading my wings. I was hanging out with her and like people that we had met that didn't go to college yet or went to college like in our area. So I didn't really get to know anyone. Second semester, I ended up moving in with a different roommate, a girl that I had met. Dang, how did I meet her? Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. Some things are a little fuzzy. Anyways, I moved in with a different girl. And through this girl, I met a group of new friends. It was good for me. I really needed to do it. One day, my friend, we'll call her Carol, was all like, hey, I want to go to this rushing event that they're having at the quad, and I don't want to go by myself. So can you go with me? And I was like, not really my cup of tea, but like I'll tag along. Again, no intentions of getting involved in any of that world. So we went. Pretty stereotypical. There's a bunch of tables, sorority letters on each table telling you who they were, and the girls were like animals at a watering hole. Like they wanted to really dig their fingers in you and pull you in. Even me. And I was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? How did I get? So yeah, she was mingling around, and I'm like, mingle? What's a mingle? Like, how do you mingle? I don't mingle. I stay home. But I persevered. I stayed. And the girls were talking to me. Awkward old me. And I was like, oh, okay, this is like whatever, but like still no intention at this point. And one sorority in particular was like really honest. There were local sororities and there were national sororities. So local sororities have like a chapter, only one specific to that school, or maybe they have one more, but national sororities are nationally recognized. They cost money, quite a bit of money to be in, and They follow a set of rules, apparently. We'll see. Well, you'll see. So anyways, that was that. You know, we left there. It was like, oh, whatever. You know, it was a different experience for me. But again, I wasn't taking it any further than that. An experience. Well, the next day, Carol's like, hey, this sorority is going ice skating. And they want us to join them. And I'm like, us? Like, who's us? She's like, me and you. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, whatever. So we did. We went ice skating. La-di-dee-dee-dee. Fun, dandy, whatever. No big deal. Again, wasn't too much thinking about it. Then it came to like Rush Week. Rush Week. Rush Week is literally, again, like what you'd see in movies. It's a whole week of parties. And we went to a few. We went to a few parties. And it was like, okay, the ice skating was like a very wholesome thing. And then these parties were like a whole new ball game. And I was like, not really. I mean, I don't lie. I'd had a drink or two before. But like, I never was in like a party situation. And yeah, they were offering you drinks and talking to you about the sorority and what it's done for them, and they really wanted to talk it up to you while you're a little under the influence or whatever. And they were fun, don't get me wrong. Like, it was kind of fun. I had fun. It wasn't kind of fun. I obviously had fun, or else what the heck was I doing? I think for me it was like, wow, like there's a life outside of like keeping to myself and being so quiet all the time, and I could potentially, like, you know, have this, I guess. I remember one Rush party in particular. The last night of Rush was a party with a fraternity. It was specific to one sorority and one fraternity, and they handcuffed you to a brother from that fraternity, and that was your night. And people were like, I was like, oh, I can't do it because I'm like leaving. I can't stay all night or whatever. You know, I was like that girl. Like, I'm not handcuffing to a stranger. No, absolutely not. People were like going potty together and stuff. It's like, no, nobody's going into the bathroom with me. No, I'm going to the bathroom by myself, and that's that. There's no way around that. Anyways, so at this point, I was kind of leaning. I won't lie, I was kind of leaning. And, yeah, the next day was bid day. Bid day is essentially when these sorority girls pick, you know, they sit down in a room. Now, going into this, you don't know that this is what it looks like, but now that I've been on the other side of it, I know what it looks like. You're sitting in a room and you bring up a name of someone who you've had around during Rush, and then you vote. Voting time. It's a very democratic process.
Gina, you're wearing sweatpants. It's Monday.
So?
So that's against the rules, and you can't sit with us.
You vote. Do you want them in the sorority or not? Guys, I'll talk about my final thoughts at the end, but looking back, it's like, So anyways, yeah, apparently, you never know how many people. Maybe I only made it by one vote. I'm gonna guess that I did. Who really knows? But yeah, I got on my door, and I got a bid. I got a bid. They were like, hey, come pledge us. Come to bid night. If you accept this pledge, show up at bid night. We'll pick you up. Let us know, like RSVP. And I was like, you know, whatever. Sure, maybe I'll do it. Then I get a call from Carol. And Carol says,
I can't pledge.
I'm not going to out why she couldn't pledge. It's not really my whatever. And God forbid she sees this and I'm spilling her beans. So, like, no. Because I respect Carol. She's a good girl. But she couldn't pledge. So I was like, okay. I was having fun and whatever. But at this point, it was like, you're going to go at it alone. You're going to go at it alone, girl. And I don't know what got into me. But, well, I had met a couple of the girls at Rush. So, like, it's not entirely true. I knew bits and pieces of a couple of them. And I was like, I don't know what came over me. But I accepted. And that's where our story begins. So, whatever time they said they were going to pick me up, here comes a, you know, they come in to get me from my room. I was told to wear a white shirt. And they pick me up and bring me on outside. And, yeah, there's a line of girls cheering and clapping on my way to the car. Red carpet who? Red carpet what? That's what it felt like. Okay, they're clapping and cheering. Casey, I think they were singing a song. I don't know. And I got in the car and we were off to a night that I will literally never remember. Okay? So like I said, here we were. We're going. We're going. I don't even know where, but we're going, and I'm going. And I get into this house, and I meet 8 other girls. There were 9 of us that made it through, past the selection process. 9 of us, and 9 including me. And you know, we get in the house, things are fun and wild. The sisters are all drinking, and we're just kind of awkwardly like, what's about to happen? Like, you really don't know. You do not know. Finally, they tell us to sit in a circle, and they give us, there were 9 of us, okay? They give us a gallon jug of I'll never forget, Carlo Rossi wine. Gallon jug. A gallon jug. And 8, 1 per person, 8 bottles of Mad Dog 2020. I do this gesture because y'all needed to pray for me at that moment. Y'all let me down. She didn't pray for me because I needed Jesus. I needed Jesus for what I was about to experience. Everyone has that liquor where it's like, you could not pay me $1,000, literally $8,000. Probably not. I would probably do it for $1,000, but to take a sip of Mad Dog 2020 here and now, still, all this time later. This was a long time ago, guys. I told you my age in a previous video. I'm older than I look. So picture 9 girls sitting in a circle, and everyone's holding some sort of alcoholic beverage in your hand. That is when they tell us that we are going to sit in that circle and answer questions for them. And every time we answer a question, we're going to take a sip and pass the bottle to the right. And I'm going to receive this bottle from the left. And we're not getting up until it's gone. All of it. All of it. All of it. I was like, oh yeah. Me inside. And you know, when you got 9 girls, there's a whole dynamic. I'll tell you this right now. I grew to love every single one of those girls that I pledged. Remind you guys, we pledged for 6 weeks and 6 days straight. In and out, in and out. There was school and there was pledging. That was our lives for 6 weeks and 6 days all together. Together. We went through it together. So until the end of time, for me, I'm always going to love those girls. All 8 of those little stickers. We did that. We really did that. So what proceeded to happen was they would start, you know, where are you from? You know, what's your major? Sing us a song. You know, progressively it got a little more as we got a little loosey. They know what they're doing. And I subjected myself to it at the end of the day, so nobody's fault but my own. And yeah, you know, you got the outgoing girls and you got the girls like me who are like, what the heck am I doing here? And yeah, we
Drank and we passed and we drank and we passed and we drank and we passed.
And we were all wearing white shirts, remember? This is where they come into play. So they, you know, they told us after we did that, we were going to get to go to our first mixer. Our first mixer with a fraternity, if I must say, that was very renowned on campus. Just, I'm not trying to be rude. It just seems so, like, far from what's going on now. Who I am now. Whatever. Anyways, we'll get to that at the end. And, yeah, so we did the damn thing. Challenge accepted. We did it. We made it through mostly alive. I say mostly because I was hanging by a thread. So, you know, afterwards we're just mingling. Honestly, it's spotty. It's spotty. But they all have Sharpie markers and they are just drawing ridiculous things on our shirts. You know, I don't know how to say the word, but like circles here and like writing crazy things like about the fraternity, like give me your number, kiss me, you know, like crazy stuff. It's like, I don't want to add that. And I had a boyfriend. Okay, I had a boyfriend. So I was like, definitely not. That's a whole nother story. That was my first, whatever. That's a whole nother story. I'm wearing a shirt that's just like, it's graffitied to the gods, okay? And I still have that shirt. I do. So I was thinking, I'm going to do this part 1, and I'm going to have a part 2 of actual pledging, getting into what we actually had to do. In part 3, I was saying we'd go through my old memorabilia, stir up some good old memories, because I've saved it all. Okay, so I have that shirt, and I will show it on camera, what I can of it, without exposing, you know, letters and in her sorority things. But yeah. So that was midnight, and needless to say, by the time it was time to go to the mixer, most people were passed out. I went back to my dorm before the mixer even began. I didn't make it. I was one of the ones left behind. It was not like my finest moment. Okay, we'll say that. So I woke up in the morning. What the just happened? Honestly, what the just happened? And that was it. I was signed, sealed, and delivered. I was in it to frickin' lose it, honestly. Yeah, lose it. I twitched. Did you see that? I twitch. This one now. I don't want this to be forever long, but from there, I went through 6 weeks and 6 days of what I would call like a very insane experience. If you guys want to see part 2, let me know. It's gonna be a wild ride. So let me know, guys. Let me know. We'll come back with backdrop, and we'll drop all the juicy deets. I mean, were there blindfolds? There were blindfolds. Did we memorize a ton of stuff? Yeah, we did.
That's Lily, also, by the way.
Lily.
And, this here is Harmony.
Harmony.
We have a hell night that literally lasted 24 hours of being awake. Yeah, and did we do some crazy stuff? Yeah, yes we did. Did I get initiated? We'll have to see. And I thought it would be fitting, just to give a little proof to the story, I guess, for me to flex and end this video telling you the Greek alphabet.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, mu, nu, phi, rho, sigma, tau, epsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega.